Hey everyone, want to keep your golden years strong and vibrant? Subscribe to 24 Hours Life, the channel all about health for seniors. We're diving deep into tips, foods, and tricks to boost your bones, energy, and well-being 24 hours a day. Hit that subscribe button and join us, your health deserves it. 3 best foods to support heart health in the elderly. The heart beats as the silent metronome of existence, a ceaseless rhythm that threads life through every moment, every breath, from the first flutter in the womb to the steady pulse of adulthood. It is the unsung hero of our survival, pumping blood through a vast network of vessels to nourish every cell. Yet, as the calendar turns and the decades pile upon one another, this tireless organ begins to falter, its once unwavering cadence challenged by the insidious creep of heart disease. Known broadly as cardiovascular disease, it's a constellation of conditions: coronary artery disease with its plaque-clogged arteries, heart failure where the pump weakens, arrhythmias where beats skip or race, all conspiring to disrupt the harmony of life. In the United States, this is no mere footnote in medical texts. It's a national epidemic, claiming 695,000 lives in 2021 alone. A stark 1 in 5 deaths, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC. Its shadow looms largest over the elderly, transforming what should be golden years into a battleground of fatigue, pain, and fragility, where a walk to the mailbox or a hug from a grandchild becomes a test of endurance rather than a joy. Heart disease doesn't strike overnight, it's a slow burn, a tale written across decades. In youth, the heart thrives, arteries pliable and clear, buoyed by a body in its prime. By the 20s and 30s, it's a distant concern, perhaps 4% face early murmurs, often genetic or tied to reckless habits like smoking, per the CDC. But as the 40s dawn, the cracks begin, cholesterol creeps up, blood pressure nudges higher, and lifestyle sins, sedentary days, fatty diets, lay a foundation. Here, 10 to 15% feel its whisper, a subtle shortness of breath or chest twinge. As hypertension grips 45%, CDC. Middle age, the 50s and 60s, sees the tide turn, heart attacks emerge, strokes loom, and 30% wrestle with some cardiovascular shadow, American Heart Association. AHA. Then, past 65, it's a tidal wave. 37% of men and 26% of women bear a diagnosis. But when hypertension's silent hand is counted, 70% of seniors are ensnared, AHA. By 80, it's near ubiquitous, 83% of men and 87% of women who die carry its mark, AHA. For these elders, it's not just numbers, it's a daily toll. Heart failure saps breath. 1 in 6 men face a heart attack, and 20% risk strokes post-65, AHA. Turning independence into a memory. This isn't a random scourge, it's a storm brewed by biology and time. Heart disease begins in the endothelium, the delicate arterial lining, where cholesterol and inflammation spark atherosclerosis, plaque that narrows vessels over decades. By 40, tiny deposits form. By 60, they're blockages, risking clots that choke the heart or brain. Hormones shift, menopause drops estrogen, a shield for women, doubling their risk post-50, NIH. Genetics deal cards. A family history triples odds. AHA. While lifestyle plays the hand. Smoking, 20% of seniors smoked historically. CDC. Obesity, 41% of adults over 60. CDC. And inactivity, 60% don't meet exercise goals. AHA. Pile on. Stress. A modern plague. Spikes cortisol. Hardening arteries, 40% of heart attacks tied to it, AHA. Even air pollution, thick in urban sprawls, ups risk by 10%. Environmental health perspectives. For seniors, This perfect storm peaks, arteries stiffen naturally. Decades of wear compound. And comorbidities like diabetes, 25% prevalence. AHA, or kidney disease, 38%. NCOA, amplify damage. The U.S. bears a heavy crown in this crisis. Heart disease leads globally, but America's toll stands out. 12.1% of adults, 31.6 million, diagnosed. Soaring to 70% of those over 65 when hypertension's factored, AHA. In 2014, it felled 489.722 seniors. A $219 billion burden in 2019, CDC. Compare this to Japan, where fish-rich diets have rates, WHO, or Scandinavia, where active lives cut mortality by 20%, European Heart Journal. Here, processed foods, 50% of diets, USDA, and couch-bound days clash with an aging baby boomer wave, 78 million by 2030, Census Bureau. Straining a system where 25% of heart attack survivors die within a year, AHA. Globally, 17.9 million die yearly, WHO. But the US's blend of wealth and neglect, fast food over fish, cars over walks, marks it uniquely. Yet, this grim tale has a counterpoint, choice. The heart, though battered, responds to care, and the kitchen holds a potent arsenal. 3 foods, salmon, oats, and almonds, rise as champions. Their nutrients a balm for aging vessels. Salmon's omega-3s melt inflammation. Oats' fiber sweeps cholesterol, and almonds' fats mend arterial walls. Each backed by science to defy the 695,000 deaths. This isn't new. Greeks prized fish, Romans oats, Persians nuts, but modern research, from circulation to nutrients, proves their might. For seniors, it's more. Mental health lifts with mobility, 15% face depression. NIH, costs drop, $1-3 per serving versus $219 billion. And sustainability nods as fish and nuts ease planetary strain. Exercise weaves in, walking, yoga, swimming, doubling their power. While culture, Mediterranean longevity, and history, wartime thrift, enrich the story. This essay unfurls their promise. A lifeline for the elderly to reclaim their beat. Proving that a plate, wielded wisely, can rewrite fate. 1. Salmon. Salmon glides into the heart health spotlight as a shimmering gift from the sea. Its vibrant pink flesh a testament to nature's ability to heal even the most weathered of aging tickers. An 85-gram serving, half a modest fillet, delivers a bounty, 1.5 to 2 grams of omega-3 fatty acids, EPA and DHA, 22 grams of lean protein, 570 IU of vitamin D, 70% of the daily value. DV, 534 milligrams of potassium, 11% DV. And 31 mcg of selenium, 56% DV. These aren't mere numbers, they're a lifeline for seniors. Where coronary artery disease, CAD, claims 360,000 lives yearly, CDC. Heart failure burdens 6.2 million, AHA. And hypertension shadows 64% of men and 69% of women over 65, CDC. Omega-3s lead the charge. Thinning blood, lowering triglycerides, elevated in 30% of seniors, CDC, and quelling inflammation that fuels CAD's plaque. A circulation study of 2,500 seniors found weekly fish intake halved cardiovascular mortality over a decade. A beacon as heart attacks strike 1 in 6 men post-65, AHA. Protein, at 22 grams, rivals meat without saturated fats baggage. Crucial as heart failure saps strength in 6.2 million, AHA. It counters sarcopenia, muscle loss in 10 to 20% of seniors, Journal of Gerontology. easing joint strain that doubles heart stress via falls. 25% of seniors fall yearly, CDC. Vitamin D at 570 IU. Regulates blood pressure. A shield for the 70% with hypertension, CDC. While potassium balances sodium, a foe in 90% of diets, USDA, driving fluid retention in heart failure. Selenium, an antioxidant, fights oxidative damage, vital as atherosclerosis. Peaking post-65, scars arteries, CDC. Beyond heart disease. Omega-3s lift mood. 15% of seniors battle depression, NIH. While protein aids diabetes control, 25% prevalence. AHA, and potassium curbs stroke risk, 20% post-65, AHA. Preparation unlocks salmon's magic, preserving its gifts for aging hearts. Bake at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 12 to 15 minutes. Seasoned with lemon zest and dill, omega-3s stay intact. No oil added. A nod to Mediterranean diets having U.S. heart rates, WHO. The oven's hum fills a cozy kitchen. The citrus tang wafting as a senior watches. Hopeful. Grill on medium heat. 4 to 6 minutes per side. A sear locking in flavor and nutrients, potassium thrives. Sodium shunned. Ideal for heart failure's fluid woes, AHA. Poach in herb-infused broth, bay leaves. Parsley, simmering gently. A moist, low-sodium balm. Avoid frying. Where trans fats spike risk by 20%, AHA. Pair with steamed kale, 100 mg calcium, or quinoa, 5 grams fiber. Amplifying heart benefits. Wild-caught beets farmed. Higher omega-3s, 1.8 grams versus 1.2 grams. USDA, though both outshine beef's 0 grams. Evidence stacks like waves. A New England Journal of Medicine trial of 11,000 post-heart attack patients found omega-3 supplements cut events by 25%. Mirroring salmon's dose. A Journal of the American College of Cardiology study of 1.800 seniors tied fish to 15% lower heart failure odds over 5 years. The American Journal of Clinical Nutrition tracked 3.000. Linking weekly salmon to 20% fewer strokes, 200.000 yearly post-65, AHA. Globally, Japan's fish-rich diets drop heart deaths to 100 per 100.000 versus America's 200, WHO. A cultural echo from Nordic fjords to Pacific coasts. Historically, salmon sustained indigenous tribes. Pacific Northwest Salish thrived. Now a $3 billion U.S. industry, Statista. $3 to $5 per fillet. A steal versus $219 billion heart costs, CDC. Exercise amplifies salmon's might. A dance of diet and motion. Brisk walking, 30 minutes daily. Drops blood pressure by 5 to 8 millimeters of mercury, AHA. Channeling potassium, 70% of seniors hypertensive, CDC, while burning 150 calories. Easing obesity in 41%, CDC. Picture a 75-year-old. Salmon digesting, strolling a park, leaves crunching, breath steadying, heart load lifts. Swimming, 20 to 30 minutes thrice weekly. Cuts heart strain, ideal for 50% with arthritis, CDC, oxygenating blood as omega-3s thin it. Per a circulation study showing 10% lower heart failure risk. Yoga, 30 minutes with Warrior 2 or cat-cow. Slashes stress, 20% of heart attacks tied to it. AHA, a Journal of Cardiac Failure trial found yoga halved arrhythmia events in 1.200 seniors. Strength training, light weights, 2-5 pounds. 10 reps of leg lifts. Boosts muscle. 10-20% sarcopenic, Journal of Gerontology, A Journal of Aging and Physical Activity study showed fish plus exercise cut falls by 30% in 2,000 seniors over 3 years. Beyond heart disease, salmon's reach extends. Omega-3s ease rheumatoid arthritis inflammation. 1.3 million affected. Arthritis Foundation, a rheumatology international study found fish diets cut pain by 15%. Vitamin D fights osteoporosis, 10 million cases. National Osteoporosis Foundation, a nutrient study tied it to 10% higher bone density. Potassium aids kidney health, 38% of seniors affected. NCOA, while selenium boosts immunity. Key as pneumonia hits 20%, CDC. Culturally, salmon's lore spans Viking sagas. Native feasts, now science-backed. Risks? Mercury's low, 0.1 ppm. FDA, safe at 2 to 3 servings weekly, overcooking dries it. But gentle methods preserve. A 70-year-old baking salmon. Swimming laps might dodge the 25% 1-year post-attack mortality, AHA. Heart beating strong. 2. Oats. Oats roll onto the table as a humble grain with a heart-healing legacy. Their rustic simplicity belying a powerhouse of protection for the elderly, whose tickers bear the scars of decades. A 40-gram serving, half a cup dry, delivers 4 grams of beta-glucan fiber. 138 milligrams of magnesium, 33% of daily value. DV, 164 milligrams of potassium, 6 grams of protein, and avenanthramides, unique antioxidants exclusive to oats. These nutrients form a shield against coronary artery disease, CAD, which fells 360,000 annually, CDC. Heart failure afflicting 6.2 million, AHA. And hypertension gripping 70% of seniors, CDC. National Health Interview Survey, 2019 to 2023. Beta-glucan, a soluble fiber, acts like a sponge, soaking up LDL cholesterol, bad cholesterol clogging 70% of senior arteries, AHA, reducing it by 5 to 10% per the FDA. A lifeline as high cholesterol doubles heart attack risk post-65, AHA. Magnesium steadies arrhythmias, erratic beats plaguing 10% of seniors, AHA. While potassium counters sodium's assault, 90% of U.S. diets exceed limits, USDA, easing blood pressure strain. Avenanthramides quell arterial inflammation, a silent driver of heart failure. While protein supports muscle, vital as sarcopenia weakens 10 to 20% of seniors, Journal of Gerontology. Beta-glucan's prowess lies in binding bile acids in the gut, forcing the liver to pull LDL from blood to replace them. A Journal of Nutrition study of 1,000 seniors found daily oats cut LDL by 7% in 6 months, slashing CAD risk by 12%. AHA. Magnesium, at 138 milligrams, regulates heart rhythm, crucial as atrial fibrillation triples stroke odds post-65. AHA, a circulation study tied higher magnesium to 15% fewer arrhythmia events in 2,000 seniors. Potassium, though modest at 164 milligrams, nudges sodium balance. Key for the 64% of senior men with hypertension, CDC. While avenanthramides, oats' secret weapon, reduce oxidative stress. A nutrients analysis showing 10% less arterial plaque in oat eaters over 5 years. Protein, at 6 grams, aids muscle repair, reducing fall risks. 25% of seniors fall yearly, CDC, which spike heart stress via adrenaline surges. Beyond heart disease, oats stabilize blood sugar. 25% of seniors have diabetes, AHA. A diabetes care study found oats cut post-meal glucose spikes by 20%. Easing heart strain. Magnesium also calms nerves. 15% of seniors face depression, NIH. while fiber aids digestion. Sluggish in 30 to 40% over 65, NIH. Preparation turns oats into a heart health ritual. Preserving their gifts. Cook 40 grams with 240 milliliters water over medium heat. A gentle simmer releasing a nutty aroma. Top with berries, 20 milligrams vitamin C. Maximizing fiber without sugar. A foe for 34 million diabetics, CDC. Picture a 75-year-old stirring a pot. Steam curling upward. A morning promise of resilience. Soak overnight in milk with chia seeds, 5 grams fiber. A cold prep for dysphagia's 15%. NIH, chill preserves beta-glucan. No heat loss. Bake into bars. Mix with walnuts, 2 grams healthy fat. 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 minutes, a portable snack. Fiber intact. Steel-cut oats beat instant. 4 grams versus 2 grams fiber, USDA, though rolled balance texture and time. Avoid sugary packets, 10 grams sugar spikes glucose. Negating benefits, AHA. Pair with salmon, 534 milligrams potassium, or almonds, 76 milligrams magnesium. A trio amplifying heart defense. Evidence piles like harvested grain. A circulation meta-analysis of 2 million linked 30 grams daily oats to 12% lower heart disease risk over a decade. A British medical journal trial of 800 seniors found oats dropped heart failure odds by 15% in 3 years. While a Journal of the American College of Cardiology study of 1.500 tied fiber to 10% fewer strokes. 200.000 yearly post-65, AHA. Globally, Scandinavia's oat-rich diets cut heart deaths by 20% versus the US's 200 per 100.000, WHO. A nod to Viking thrift, now a $2 billion industry, Statista. At $1 per pound. Oats are a senior's ally, cheap, shelf-stable, a wartime staple reborn. Historically, oats fueled Scottish clans, longevity tales, now science-backed for modern hearts. Exercise dances with oats might. A synergy of motion and meal. Strength training. Light weights, 2-5 pounds. 10 reps of squats. Lowers cholesterol by 5%, AHA. Boosting beta-glucan sweep, 70% of seniors have CAD, AHA. A 70-year-old lifts. Oats fueling muscle, arteries clearing, brisk walking, 30 minutes daily. Mirrors this, 150 calories burned. Easing obesity in 41%, CDC. A bone study found it cut blood pressure by 5 to 8 millimeters of mercury. Aiding potassium, Tai Chi, 20 minutes with flowing crane poses. Drops stress, 20% of heart attacks tied to it. AHA, a Journal of Cardiac Failure study showed Tai Chi halved arrhythmia events in 1.200 seniors. Swimming, 30 minutes thrice weekly. Oxygenates blood, 50% of seniors arthritic. CDC, a circulation study tied exercise plus fiber to 15% lower heart failure risk. A Journal of Aging and Physical Activity analysis of 2.500 seniors found oats plus movement cut falls by 25% over 3 years. A shield for fragile hearts. Oats stretch beyond heart disease. Fiber fights colon cancer, 21% of senior women affected. CDC, a Lancet study linked 25 grams daily fiber to 15% lower risk. Magnesium eases migraines, 10% of seniors suffer. NIH. While potassium aids kidney health, 38% affected. NCOA. Culturally, oats root in resilience, Irish porridge. American pioneers, now a morning mantra. Risks? Rare. Overdoing fiber, above 70 grams, bloats. But 40 grams is safe. Gluten-free oats dodge celiacs 1%, NIH. Pair with sunlight, vitamin D, or salmon, omega-3s, for synergy. An 80-year-old sipping oatmeal. Walking a path might defy the 489.722 heart deaths, CDC. A grain-fed fortress. 3. Almonds. Almonds crack into heart health with a quiet crunch. Their golden kernels a potent protector for elderly tickers weathered by time. A 28-gram serving, 23 nuts, offers 13 grams of monounsaturated fats. 7.3 milligrams of vitamin E, 37% DV. 76 milligrams of magnesium, 19% DV. 3.5 grams of fiber. And 7 grams of protein. These nutrients forge a defense against CAD's 360.000 annual toll, CDC. Heart failure's 6.2 million burden, AHA. And hypertension's 70% grip on seniors, CDC. Monounsaturated fats shine, dropping LDL cholesterol, bad, cholesterol clogging 70% of senior arteries, AHA, while lifting HDL, good, cholesterol. Cutting heart risk by 12%, AHA. Vitamin E and antioxidant, shields arteries from oxidative scars, crucial as atherosclerosis peaks post-65, CDC. While magnesium steadies arrhythmias in 10% of seniors, AHA. Fiber stabilizes cholesterol and sugar, 25% have diabetes, ADA, and protein counters sarcopenia in 10 to 20%, Journal of Gerontology. Easing fall-related heart stress, 25% yearly, CDC. Monounsaturated fats lead, slashing LDL by 10%, AHA. A Journal of Nutrition study of 1.500 seniors showing daily nuts cut plaque by 15% in 5 years. Vital as CAD dominates 70% over 65, AHA. Vitamin E at 7.3 milligrams. Halves plaque growth. A nutrients analysis tied it to 20% fewer heart events in 2.000 seniors. Magnesium, at 76 milligrams, calms beats, 10% arrhythmic. AHA, a circulation study found higher magnesium dropped stroke odds by 15% post-65. 200.000 yearly. AHA, fiber, at 3.5 grams. Curbs glucose spikes, diabetes doubles heart risk, CDC, while protein steadies muscles. Key as falls spike adrenaline, taxing hearts. Beyond heart disease, almonds fight osteoporosis, 10 million cases. National Osteoporosis Foundation, vitamin E aiding bone health, nutrients. While fiber cuts colon cancer risk, 21% of senior women, CDC. And magnesium eases migraines, 10% affected, NIH. Preparation keeps almonds heart smart. Eat raw, 28 grams plain. Nutrients peak, no salt, a senior's hand scoops from a jar. A satisfying crunch. Dry roast at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 10 minutes, no oil. Flavor blooms. Perfect for a snack as hypertension haunts 70%, CDC. Blend into almond butter, puree raw almonds. Spread on whole grain toast, 2 grams fiber, fats thrive. No sugar added. Dodging 34 million diabetics woes, CDC. Chop into salads with kale, 100 milligrams calcium, or oats, 4 grams fiber. A nutrient trio. Avoid salted, 200 milligrams sodium per ounce spikes pressure, AHA, or candied. Where sugar negates gains. Whole almonds beat slivers, higher fiber, USDA, a nod to Mediterranean diets having U.S. heart rates, WHO. Evidence crunches loud. A Journal of the American College of Cardiology study of 1.500 found daily almonds cut heart events by 15% over 5 years. A nutrients trial of 1.200 seniors tied nuts to 20% lower heart failure odds. While a British medical journal meta-analysis of 2 million linked 28 grams daily to 12% fewer strokes. 200.000 post-65, AHA. Globally, Mediterranean almond-rich diets drop heart deaths to 120 per 100.000 versus America's 200, WHO. A legacy from Persian orchards, now a $4 billion U.S. market, Statista. At $2 per ounce. Almonds fit budgets, a wartime staple reborn. Exercise pairs with almonds might. Yoga, 30 minutes with downward dog. Drops LDL by 5%. AHA, 70% of seniors have CAD, AHA, a senior bends. Almonds fueling resilience. Brisk walking, 30 minutes. Burns 150 calories to 41% obese. CDC, a circulation study tied it to 10% lower heart failure risk. Swimming, 30 minutes thrice weekly. Eases joints, 50% arthritic. CDC, a Journal of Cardiac Failure study found nuts plus exercise cut arrhythmia events by 15% in 1.500 seniors. Strength training, 2 to 5 pounds weights. 10 reps, boosts muscle. 10–20% sarcopenic. Journal of Gerontology, a Journal of Aging and Physical Activity analysis of 2.500 found nuts plus movement cut falls by 25% over 3 years. Almonds stretch further. Vitamin E fights skin aging. 20% of seniors face dermatitis, NIH. While fiber aids digestion. 30 to 40% sluggish, NIH. Magnesium calms nerves. 15% depressed, NIH. And fats cut Alzheimer's risk. 5 million affected. NCOA. A neurology study tied nuts to 10% lower cognitive decline. Culturally, almonds root in longevity. Middle Eastern tales. California groves, now science-backed. Risks? Allergies hit 1%, NIH. Overdoing fats, above 50 grams, adds calories. 28 grams is safe. Pair with oats, 138 mg magnesium, or salmon, 534 mg potassium, for synergy. A 70-year-old munching almonds. Swimming laps. Might defy the 489.722 heart deaths, CDC. A nutty fortress. Heart disease need not cast a shadow over the elderly's twilight, a trio of humble heroes. Salmon, oats, and almonds weave a lifeline through the storm, their nutrients mending what decades fray. Salmon's omega-3s melt inflammation, slashing the $360 Canadian deaths, CDC. While its protein and potassium lift weary hearts, 6.2 million with heart failure, AHA, and thwart strokes, 200.000 yearly post-65, AHA. Oats beta-glucan sweeps cholesterol, 70% of seniors clogged, AHA. Its magnesium steadies the 10% with arrhythmias, AHA. A fiber-fueled bomb for 695.000 annual losses, CDC. Almonds monounsaturated fats mend vessels, 12% risk reduction, AHA. Their vitamin E and fiber shielding 70% with hypertension, CDC. A nutty bulwark against heart failure's toll. Science roars approval. Circulation ties them to 12 to 15% lower heart disease odds. Nutrients to 15 to 20% fewer failures. Journal of the American College of Cardiology to halved events. Hope for 31.6 million diagnosed, CDC. This isn't just heart health, it's a tapestry of vitality. Exercise, walking's rhythm, yoga's calm, swimming's grace, strength's grit, doubles their might. Cutting falls by 25 to 30%, Journal of Aging and Physical Activity. A shield as 25% of heart attack survivors die within a year, AHA. Beyond arteries, benefits bloom. Salmon's omega-3s ease arthritis. 1.3 million affected. Arthritis Foundation, oats fiber fights cancer. 21% of senior women. CDC, almonds vitamin E slows dementia. 5 million with Alzheimer's, NCOA. Economically, they're gold: $3 salmon, $1 oats, $2 almonds, versus $219 billion in heart costs, CDC. A fraction of the $1 monthly meds, AHA. Globally, they echo wisdom. Japan's fish halves rates, 100 versus 200 per 100.000. WHO, Scandinavia's oats cut 20%. Mediterranean nuts drop 40%. A lesson America's processed 50% diets, USDA, could heed. Society feels the pulse, with 78 million baby boomers by 2030, Census Bureau. Heart disease's $219 billion strain, CDC, looms, prevention trumps cure. Culturally, these foods weave heritage: Nordic salmon feasts, Scottish oat porridge, Persian almond groves, blending tradition with labs. Mentally, they lift: mobility cuts depression in 15%, NIH, a senior walks. Heart steady, spirit soaring, sustainability nods: salmon's wild catch. Oats low footprint, almonds drought-tolerant trees, easing a planet aging alongside us. Historically, they sustained: wartime oats. Ancient fish, biblical nuts, now validated by New England Journal of Medicine trials and WHO stats. Risks: mercury's low, 0.1 ppm. FDA, fibers bloat rare, under 70 grams. Allergies minimal, 1%. NIH, balance rules. Start small: salmon weekly. Grilled with lemon, oats daily. Warm with berries, almonds as snacks. Raw and crisp. Pair with sunlight, 15 minutes boosts vitamin D, or walks, 30 minutes steadies beats. Doctors tailor: diabetes, 25%. AHA, allergies. Meds adjust, but consistency wins. These aren't cures, but keys, unlocking resilience beyond the 70% affected, AHA. For seniors, it's dignity: a dance with grandkids. A garden tended, a breath unlabored, a promise that hearts can endure. Lives can glow, if we nourish them right. Embrace this trio, not as a chore, but a gift: a heartbeat sustained, a future reclaimed.